So here's the show. I play the intro music. I tell you that it's a clip show. I play the clips. Everybody goes home safe. Let's see if it works.
Chris gets curious. Chris gets curious. Chris gets curious. Chris gets curious.
Bow, bow! I hope you're having a beautiful day today. This is a clip show where I play clips. Curiosity based, you know? Let's get into it.
I know where the exit of this world is. We can leave. We can leave this world. The only issue is they put us into their society, into which where the only way we can leave is if we have enough of their money to accomplish this. They don't want us to go. We can 100% exit the ice wall. And I believe I know where. I don't have 15,000 just laying around. If I had 15,000, I would indeed book this trip so that I could head down there and point this out. Because I believe I 100% know how to get out of the ice wall. We're inside of an ice wall, you guys. The world serpent is in a circle, all right, and frozen around that wall, and we are inside of it. There is an exit. The Truman Show showed us this. The only question is, where is this exit? And they've been showing us this.
He won't tell us. How do you escape the ice wall? Let's get out of here. There's got to be a cooler spot beyond the ice wall. What do you think there is? You think it gets better? It gets worse? Scarier? The dinosaurs are there? What's going on?
You know, no one's allowed to die at Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know that.
They take your body out of the land, and then they go, no, he's dead.
Yeah,
that's creepy,
Yeah,
dog.
they don't call it until you leave. There was one time where they had to call it because it was very obvious. And
The head is like over there.
kind of. Someone got decapitated on Matterhorn. And
What? How?
Were they tall?
they stood up. And you can look it up. I believe it was on Matterhorn. You'd think it'd be Space Mountain because that one's dark and you can't see anything. But
Yeah.
like that one, they had to call because literally the thing comes back and it's a body without a head.
Imagine being on that ride, being behind the guy.
You're like, this is some special effects.
Right.
This is wild. Disney magic.
Oh, that's messed up, dude. Disney's so dark. It's so messed up.
Are you looking for work again? What's up? It's been a while. How are you doing? Are you guys ready to have some fun again?
Delicioso.
My friends at Olipop wanted to bless you each, so I have $2,000 for each of you.
Thank you, baby. Big gift for me, and I need in this time because it's hard for me and I think for everybody.
You feel like a little kid today?
Oh, that was hilarious. I just thought I'd share that. Gave me a good smile.
What's that? Oh, a neurological study was done to figure out what happens to the brain during basic body movements, and they accidentally stumbled upon a movement that cleanses the brain? What? Tell me more! Yeah, this is absolutely wild because neurological study was being done, and during movements, they were trying to figure out what impacts it had on the brain. And when they were doing a particular movement, they realized this was actually cleaning the brain of toxins, essentially like a car wash for your brain. What they figured out is every time you tighten your abdominal muscles even slightly, it triggers a mechanical pressure wave in your head, causing your brain to sway back and forth subtly, and that exact subtle swaying motion acts as a pump. What that motion does is it physically forces cerebral spinal fluid to flush through your brain, and what that does is it washes away toxins and built up metabolic waste, which essentially helps your brain be healthier, happier, and potentially help with longevity. Oh, goody!
That's why you should laugh. You know, get that those stomach muscles going.
This is all the news that happened in space this week, but it's going to be simplified in 60 seconds. A mutant bacteria was just discovered aboard the International Space Station. Can you guys please keep it up there? Thank you. Scientists have just discovered Uranus may be filled with a lot more methane than previously thought. Okay. The James Webb Space Telescope just discovered an extremely red supermassive black hole that is eating everything around it. Sorry guys, I was caught on camera. This is me. NASA just officially confirmed that the mystery object that crashed through a roof of Florida home came from the space station. If you thought that this was something you didn't have to worry about, you were wrong. Scientists are now saying that they have the strongest statistical evidence yet of a planet hidden in our solar system, and it's not Pluto. You guys seem to do a lot more talking and a lot less doing, so please let us know after you find this information out. Thank you. The James Webb Telescope is also now investigating aliens after finding a planet with signs of life. Again, a lot more talking and a lot less doing. Please let us know if you find them. Thank you. Scientists have just predicted the exact date an asteroid is in danger of hitting Earth with the force of 22 atomic bombs. Basically, this asteroid has a microscopic chance of hitting us, but it won't be until 2182. Okay. I give you these daily roundups every single day, so make sure you add me and come back to me tomorrow.
If they're gonna end the world, just do it already. It's the waiting I can't stand. No, those are pretty interesting if space is even real.
Wasn't it just this the other day? What? This. Not that. This. Not that. What is going on here? What in the CERN particle collider is going on here?
Proof. You could never put anything on a screen or make up anything on a screen, right? No, but these Mandela effects are weird. Here's another one. With the same music, I guess. There we go. Look at that's a little better proof, right? On the box. On the electrical box or whatever it was. Interesting.
Your waste would drop down the hole, guided by gravity through a shaft, if you used a toilet in a medieval castle. This room was placed on the very edge of the castle wall to keep the smell away. The shaft led to the outside of the structure and ended in a pit. Then a person known as a gong farmer would come to empty the pit and dispose of the waste.
How stupid is that? Do you think that's accurate? You think that's accurate, man? I play a lot of these videos, a decent amount of videos of old world buildings and stuff, and I believe that there's been some reset of some sort, or something has happened, or we built a lot of, or we have buildings that are still here today that we just like seemingly can't build anymore, and or some of them that we can't in temples and everything like that. And do you think those same people are pooping down a chute like that? And some dude at the end is just scooping it out. It sounds so stupid. We're going to build a castle, yet that's how we do things. I don't know. I could be, but it does not make sense. It said, plant wave measures electrical signals in plants, graphs those signals as a wave, translates the wave to a pitch, and the pitch is routed to play instruments. That seems like a fun little device to have, but it seems like more fun to try to create that yourself so you know what's actually happening instead of just outputting some whatever. I don't know. But, I don't know. Interesting, right? Fascinating.
He's crying. It's okay. We did it. We found it. We found it, my friend.
Iwan, makasih Pak Iwan. Allahu Akbar, Allahu
We made it.
Akbar, ya Allah.
We made it.
Look at that flower. Yo. That thing looks fake. So thick.
Tell me how you feel that we found this plant.
But this is very amazing. This is complete for me for the habitat modern aplysia for the Sumatra.
And you've been looking for 13 years. For 13 years.
13 years old.
And here it is.
Chris, are you very lucky, Chris?
I'm very lucky. I'm the luckiest guy alive.
13 years, dang, looking for that dang flower. It's beautiful. I guess I'd cry too. It's a long time. Cool.
Igneous rocks will have a coarse-grained or very coarse-grained texture showing interlocking crystals or intergrowing crystals. Or the rock will show fine-grained, vesicular, or glassy textures. Vesicular means gas bubbles or holes, glassy means glassy. In sedimentary rocks, you'll see sometimes fine to coarse-grained sand, and sometimes you will see rounded or angular pebbles and cobbles. Sedimentary rocks are the only rocks you'll see fossils in. Metamorphic rock will show a foliated texture, which is a result of mineral alignment. You might also see banding of dark and light minerals throughout the whole rock. Other metamorphic rocks will show a shiny surface due to microscopic mica crystals or a shiny platy surface of mica, as on this banded metamorphic rock.
Rocks. Rocks rock. They're all around you. Look at them.
Sailing stones are mysterious rocks that move around on desert floors without animal or human intervention. And when they move, they leave these cool trails showing the path of their journey. Sometimes they move in straight or slightly curved lines. And sometimes they abruptly change direction and can even move in a different direction than other sailing stones that were nearby and were traveling in a parallel direction. They can be found in a handful of places around the world, but the most famous and bestly studied are the sailing stones found on the racetrack Playa in Death Valley, California. That's where they were first written about in 1915, but the mystery of how they actually moved wasn't settled for another 99 years. But in 2014, scientist cousins Jim and Dick Norris revealed that they had finally solved it. They used GPS and time-lapse photography to measure the movements of over 60 of them sailing stones. And some of them were rocks that they had embedded with GPS devices and lugged to the playa themselves. Now, Death Valley is the literally hottest place on Earth with the highest recorded air temperature of 134 degrees Fahrenheit. But it turns out that it was thin layers of ice called ice shoves slowly and intermittently pushing them rocks around. These ones are actually in Utah and they're on a lake. In perfect conditions in the dead of winter, a thin sheet of ice can form on a partially flooded playa surface. Then in the morning, the sun starts heating it up and a thin little pond forms under the ice. And the whole sheet starts moving and slowly pushes the rocks around. They move at the incredible speed of 0.2 miles per hour or 0.3 kilometers per hour, and some of them were moving for up to 16 minutes at a time.
Interesting, right? What a weird phenomenon if you just came across that in the desert and you had no idea, and it was like, 20 years ago, you'd just be like, what is that? What is that? You'd have no way of knowing. Weird, cool phenomenon.
In different corners of the planet, there are rock formations so strange they seem otherworldly. In the jungles of Thailand, the so-called three whales are enormous blocks of stone over 75 million years old. From the sky, they appear as three creatures floating among the trees, frozen in time. In Iceland, a mountain shaped like an elephant rises from the ocean. It was created by ancient volcanic eruptions, and the erosion caused by wind and sea eventually gave it the appearance of a gigantic animal. In the heart of Australia stands Uluru, a reddish colossus considered sacred by the Aboriginal people. Nearly 1,000 meters long, it dominates the desert like a natural wall. There is also the mysterious rock known as the Naka serpent, covered in patterns that resemble real scales, fueling legends about ancient spirits turned to stone. And in Saudi Arabia, there is the Nasla rock formation, a rock split by a line so perfect that many believe it impossible that nature alone could have created
Yeah, what?
Finally, in Wyoming rises Devil's Tower National Monument, an immense volcanic tower formed by hexagonal columns that appear artificially designed. The Earth has spent millions of years sculpting landscapes capable of defying even our imagination.
And it's really easy to know what happened millions of years ago, but it's impossible to know who built these buildings that we always talk about here about 150 years ago, 100 years ago. Possible to figure out who that is and what the timeline and who built these and how to do it. But we know what was going on millions of years ago because I looked in the dirt and it told me. No, I don't know. How do you tell though? That stuff is so. I've said this before. Like after 1,000, 2,000 years. I mean, really, like 10,000 years. You could just tell me just about anything, and I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. Sure, that could have happened that long ago. I don't know how long it takes. So many years ago. Apparently, there's supposed to be some ice sheet above Wisconsin that's a mile thick. Where I am now, there's just supposed to be a mile thick worth, ice sheet, and I'm supposed to be chill with that. And we're all supposed to be panicked about global warming and stuff. I don't know. You get the point.
Beneath the streets of Istanbul, an underground world lies hidden in darkness. The Basilica Cistern was built nearly 1,500 years ago by the Byzantine Empire. Supported by hundreds of towering marble columns, it once stored vast amounts of water for the city above. But this isn't just an engineering marvel. Deep inside, two mysterious Medusa heads sit beneath the columns. One is sideways, the other upside down. No one knows exactly why. A hidden reservoir, filled with history, mystery, and ancient secrets.
Like, that's our planet. That's just a place that you can go to, and they're just supposed to be telling you that it's 1,500 years old, and it's just somebody made it a long time ago, and it's still just mind-blowing. I don't know. I don't get it. Stuff blows my mind.
If I showed you this image and told you that these are called dragon stones and are the remains of an ancient water cult, you'd probably think I'm talking about like a D&D campaign or something. No, this is a real thing that exists on the same planet that you live on right now, presumably. Locally, they're known as Vishapakar, and there's about 150 of them that have been discovered. Most of them centered around the mountains of what is today Armenia. All of them are carved from a single piece of volcanic stone. The smaller ones are around 3 feet tall, with the largest being in excess of 15 feet. Each of the 150-ish stones have a unique design that can be divided into one of 3 categories. The first one is a fish, the second is a hoofed horned animal, potentially a bull, and the third is a combination of both. Bull motifs appear to be splayed, potentially a hide or an animal sacrifice, where the fish motif was carved on more oblong stones so the whole thing would resemble a fish's body. So what was the purpose of these mysterious stones? Nearly every single one is found high in the mountains and in the immediate proximity of water, be it a spring, a stream, a pond, and even the ancient irrigation channels that they fed into. The fish is a pretty on-the-nose symbol of water, but even the bull, beyond being a herd animal also reliant on water, is stylized with these weird flowy, almost water-like effects. Here's probably the weirdest part of these things. Really have no idea who made them. Studies have shown that some of these stones could be more than 6,000 years old, possibly predating the invention of writing by more than 1,000 years, meaning that much of the evidence of the first culture to make them has been long lost. But what's really crazy is that some of the newer ones date to only around 3,000 years ago, meaning that these ceremonial landscapes built around fresh water were not just significant to one culture at one time, but was rather a consistent tradition that transcended culture and existed here for almost 4,000 years. It makes sense when you think about it. I mean, water is life for all of us, but in an alpine environment like this, life and death hangs in the balance of snowmelt. Technically, some of these stones were later defaced with Christian symbolism. But when push comes to shove, there is no god that holds more power over us than the sun and the water. If you got a kick out of this, toss me a follow so we don't lose each other. If you want to see more like it, you should check out my full videos for free over on YouTube.
Yo, how many mysteries are there out there? Then and like, what kind of people did we come from exactly, or apparently evolve from? If it wasn't the Anunnaki, if we weren't God's creations, what is it that like once again 6,000 years ago, and then maybe 3,000 years ago we were putting this stuff. Like, people don't do these things for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It takes a long time to make a fish stone, and a bull stone, it takes some time to do that. If you're doing it with hammer and chisel, those look like you could do them with hammer and chisel, don't get me wrong, compared to some other stuff. But why? Besides just some water, there had to be a better purpose. I don't know. Just not buying that one. Interesting, though.
For anybody that says this is an insect, you don't understand what's going on in my yard. And it changes colors too. Watch.
That may have been a fairy. If that thing came over.
If that thing came over. Interesting, right? It didn't. It looks interesting. I don't know. Could have been a lot of things, but I thought that one was interesting.
I poop on my potato salad. I poop on my kids' lunches. I poop on my fingers. Grandma.
Grandma.
I guess I poop on my husband's chest.
Rain poop on. Poop on everything.
Poop on everything. Beautiful. Beautiful slogan. Beautiful commercial. That's all the stuff I got for you today. I hope you like this channel. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. And thanks for all the comments and everybody being kind. I still just don't know how to do this stuff. I'm still new to this YouTube thing. I still don't know which direction this channel is going. I don't know how to signal the right things with my thumbnails and my titles. I'm figuring it out. It's kind of all over the board. And I'm just like a slightly different person every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm Chris, obviously. But, sometimes you feel this or sometimes I'm curious about that. That's why I thought, overall, a curiosity channel would be good. You know what I'm saying? But somebody also mentioned in the comments below, because I said, hey, purchase my music if you want to support my channel, because I try not to play mid-roll. I don't play mid-roll ads. So support my channel in that way, and instead of all these other weird, goofy ways, and then you at least get some music. And then they're like, yeah, that'd be nice if you put the link so I could purchase both volumes of music like you said are available, and I'll fix that for you. And in the description now, I'll at least have 2 links. So check that out if you'd like to. And other than that, have a beautiful day. I'll catch you on the next one.